Please ignore the background footage. It was my first time playing Lux just to make this video. So I used to main ADC for about a season, and then I switched to support role almost permanently. And if there was one tip I'll give any ADC main out there playing League of Legends today in solo queue, it would be ban Lux. Not because she's hard to play against or anything like that, but the last thing you want on your team is a Lux support. No, I hear you screaming. She has a root, she has a shield, she has a slow, she has poke, but yes, we will get into all that. Because today I'm going in depth into Lux's kit to discuss why she is not a support and should be kept in the mid lane. Starting off with her passive. Lux's damaging abilities apply a debuff creatively called Light. Lux's auto attack can proc Light, dealing bonus damage. Now, are you seeing a problem here? No? How about a similarity? This is basically Leona's passive. But the difference being is that with Leona, it's her allies' auto attacks that consume the mark and deal the bonus magic damage, not her own. Imagine if that's how Leona works. Suddenly she wouldn't be a bot laner, she'd be a top laner, or possibly even a jungler. I mean, absolutely ridiculous, right? Leona jungle video coming soon. But with Lux, it's very awkward to just land an ability, then land an auto attack in the mid lane. Imagine doing that in the bot lane with an enemy Thresh looking at you with a shiny hook and the enemy ADC just waiting to auto attack you back. And remember, his hurt more than yours. Mark or no mark. And yes, I hear you screaming, but hitting enemies with auto attacks is great for proccing your support item, but here's the thing, you've already hit them with a damaging ability, you've already procced the support item, and also, you're playing Lux, you haven't bought a support item. Now moving on to Lux's first ability, her Q Light Bondage. Lux throws a projectile forward, rooting the first two enemies hit and dealing damage, applying her passive. Now I hear you screaming once again, but it's a double root. Who doesn't want a double root? Here's the thing, my friend, it's a double root in a line. How many enemies have you seen run towards you single file? Yes, even running away. It just rarely happens. If I see a Lux Q coming, I get as far away from my ADC as possible. I let him get rooted, yes, but I'm still free to protect him. And anyway, why would you be playing Lux when you can just play Morgana? Yes, it's a single target root, but would you rather root two people potentially for 1.5 seconds, or one person for an eternity? I mean, yes, Morgana is just a better version of Lux in every way, shape or form, but we'll get to that in a minute, trust me. Be patient. Now, moving on to Lux's W. It's by far the worst ability in the entire game. I do not want to debate. I mean, come on. It's a shield that applies twice, that you have to aim at your allies. Let me explain. Lux throws a projectile forward that shields her on initial cast and then travels a certain distance. Any ally it passes and touches, it provides a shield. Then it comes back to her, seemingly increased speed, I don't know. As soon as it reaches her, it gives her a second shield and again reapplies the shield on all enemies it passes through the second time. If that was too confusing, basically she throws a boomerang that shields her allies. Now here's the thing about shields. When you want them now. When a Vanguard jumps on you, you don't want a little bit of a shield now and a little bit of a shield later. No, you want that shield now. This is why Janna and Lulu are really effective champions, because they can apply a shield and they can do it now. But Lux, not really. Not only do you have to aim this thing and there's a huge delay, you have to aim it at your allies. I don't know about you, but aiming at your allies is a completely different ballgame than aiming at your enemies. I mean, enemies, they try to avoid you. You throw it where you think they're going to avoid you. With allies, they're trying to get hit by you. And sometimes you can just put your ADC in a bad position because he tries to catch the second part of his shield. The enemy Thresh predicts this, and hook, line, and dead. You've just spoon-fed your ADC to the enemy team, my friend. How do you feel? God, you must feel awful. Moving on to Lux's E. Lux throws a throw. Lux throws a throw. Well, she does throw a throw. She throws the fucking game. She throws a small projectile forward that, when it reaches its target location, creates an AoE slow. Lux can reactivate this ability to deal damage, and the slow persists for 1 second. Now, this is where the Lux players got me. Oh, they think they've got me. They've got me up to the corner. They're screaming down my ear. They're like, but it's poke. It's a slow. It's a fantastic ability for support. And to that, I simply smirk, look them in the eye and say, well, which one is it? Is it poke? Or is it a slow? I mean, if you're using it for poke, the slow is only 1 second. So, yes, a 1 second slow is something, but it ain't exactly everything. I mean, in Smite, Osiris can slow somebody for 9 seconds. Yeah, I made a whole video about that. That's effective for a support. But 1 second slow, not really. Also, poke, yes, it is for poke, but it's also really easy to avoid. I played Lux in the mid lane for this video, and let me tell you, that enemy Akali was dodging my E's like it was nothing. And whenever I play against Lux, it's a similar situation. I can usually predict when she's going to use her E. So no self-respecting League of Legends player will get hit by the Lux E unless they were hit by something else first. So, yes, it is poke, it is a slow, but it's shit poke and a terrible slow. So, have I not convinced you yet? Well, let's talk about her ultimate. Come on, feel the light. Lux has a big burst of energy in a line after a 1 second channel, dealing damage, and if they were hit by her passive, the passive is consumed and it gets reapplied. This feels kind of pointless, but anyway. Can you see why this is a problem in the bot lane? Yes, it's a high damage ability, but in the mid lane you only have to worry about hitting 1 person. In the bot lane you have to worry about hitting 2. I mean, do you hit the enemy ADC or do you hit the enemy support? Either way, it's a bad choice. Now, I know. Lux was designed to be a support. If you look at her title card, it's in the goddamn name, but is she really nowadays? I mean, let's be honest. Morgana is a support. She's a really good one as well, but Lux just isn't. She's meant for mid lane. Her E is way better for poke over there because she only has to hit 1 target, the root, while being a 2-person root, theoretically rooting 1 target and then blasting them with the ults while having E on top of them and then reactivating after, landing an auto attack. That is burst damage, and that is what you want in the mid lane. Also, her rotations are really effective from the mid lane because you can just go down to the bot lane, land an ultimate, and boom, then she's got 2 kills in the bot lane. She didn't even have to go down there. But, if I want to settle this argument forever, I have to prove definitively why she's not a support. Well, let's look at other supports, other mage supports to be specific. Brand, Zyra, and for the sake of argument, Ziggs. Yeah. So, Brand, Zyra, and Ziggs. What is common between these 3 champions that are commonly played support? Well, not commonly, Ziggs is just a sarcastic example. But it's 2 items, I'll be honest with you, and a common theme throughout their kit. The 2 items are Liandry's Torment and Rylai's Crystal Scepter. If a mage can utilize these 2 items, they can be played supports, but they have to have another part of the kit. They have to have hard CC. Now, how do you judge hard CC? Well, can you proc Aftershock? Yes. If you can proc Aftershock, my accent change is whenever I use that specific word. But if you can proc Aftershock, then you have hard CC. Lux can proc Aftershock, but she cannot use Liandry's Torment and Rylai's Crystal Scepter. I mean, yes, she can build them, but they're not effective. Her damaging ability is already root and slow. I mean, she'll only really use the slow from Rylai's Crystal Scepter on her ultimate, and it's a line. Ziggs can do it better because he does it in a big fucking circle of doom. But also, Brand and Zyra can create mayhem in teamfights. I mean, Zara can slow everyone and burn them with Leandries with their plants, and Brand can just spread his passive to everyone that deals percentage health damage, making him a very effective counter for tanks. Lux does none of this. I mean, yeah, sure, she has a shield, but does that really compensate? Listen, if you want to play Lux support, you don't have to be a good Lux player. You have to be a good support. I mean, listen, anything can go support. I have played things support that you couldn't even possibly imagine. On support video coming soon. But you have to play a certain way. First of all, you don't steal minions, you don't steal kills, you leave them for the AD carry. You only take them when it's absolutely necessary. And also, you place a fucking ward from time to time. You won't get ganked if you see the gank coming, you idiot. And who does the enemy jungler want to gank the most? The bot lane, because you are 2 juicy kills instead of 1. I mean, come on. Also, if you're gonna poke, you have to poke safely. You have to land auto attacks in between to get your support item stacking, and that's another thing, the support item. No more Doran's ring in the bot lane. Listen, you need gold. And the way to get gold is with a support item. You're not farming, you're only getting assists. So trust me, buy a support item. So, that's it. That's literally everything. That's all I have to say. But Ziggs support video coming soon on a guide for that. So, never play Lux support. Play her in the mid lane. If you want the top lane or the jungle, I don't care. Just don't bring her into my bot lane. Not even as an ADC. I don't even want to see it. So, go out there. Have fun. And, well, good luck. You're gonna need it.